Hello everyone, good afternoon. Today we are Crypto and we'll be presenting on a fascinating article from the Harvard Business Review titled The Weird Rules of Creativity. Our team is comprised of me, Nima, Abdul Qayyum, Aya, Farhan, Preksha, Anas and Zunaid. This presentation is based on a 2001 article by Robert Sutton from Harvard Business Review. The core thesis is a powerful one. Standard management practices which are optimized for efficiency are actually counterproductive for creativity. In other words, the very system we put in place to make a business run smoothly can accidentally kill innovation. So, what's the solution? Sutton proposes the innovation requires what he calls weird rules, rules that feel wrong from a traditional management standpoint but actually works. This includes practices like hiring misfit, defying bosses, rewarding failure, and even ignoring customers. The key balances for any organization is to manage both exploitation, refining what already works, and exploration, finding the new and unproven. Now let's dive into individual perspective from our team member. First, we have myself. Expertise can be a creative liability, as deep knowledge can blind you to a radical new approaches. Passionate delusion is a more powerful driver than cautious analysis, and that's a manager role in creativity is to be a shield protecting the team, not a sword leading the charge. From this, the key understandings are to seek new perspective from those who don't know the constraint, shelter all your ideas from premature criticism, commit with certainty to create a self-fulfilling prophecy, and to remember that quantity leads to quality. You need a lot of bad ideas to find a great one. Next, we will have our next member to present the further presentation.
Hi everyone, let's talk how about we can be more creative. First, let's hire different kinds of people. We shouldn't just hire people who think like us. Bringing in people with weird or unrelated backgrounds gives us new ideas we would never think of ourselves. Second, we need to protect new ideas. Early ideas are fragile, so we should sometimes let team work away from the main office, away from critics, so their ideas have a chance to grow. Third, believe in your idea. It's hard to predict what will succeed, so instead of overanalyzing, we should back ideas we truly believe in and push for them with confidence. And finally, we focus on action, not planning. We reward both success and failure, but punish inaction because creativity is a function of quantity. The more you produce, the more chances you have for a breakthrough. A bad prototype, a tangible experiment, is always more valuable than a perfect, untested plan. Thank you.
Good afternoon everyone. Today I want to take you on a journey into the world of creativity and innovation. I explore unconventional strategies such as hearing slow learning or brain fresh perspective, encouraging ideological conflicts to survey weakness and smart innovation. Rewarding failure to foster experimentation and embracing randomness to uncover unexpected opportunities. This approach works by expanding knowledge, encouraging new ways of seeing problems, and helping organizations break free from the past. Building a culture of creativity involves creating an environment where new ideas are constantly generated and tested, dedicating part of organization the experimentation, and allowing the best ideas to win in a constructive contest. While the practice may seem odd and a word focused on proven method, they are essential for fostering innovation and driving breakthrough. I think this idea challenges managers to rethink this approach to productivity. It's a bold statement that encourages embracing a certain level of disorder for the sake of innovation. This approach could indeed spark creativity, but it also requires a delicate balance. Such shares need to be managed in a way that their differences contribute positively rather than causing unnecessary friction. While this might allow for more thinking and experimentation, there is a risk that the final project could be mismarked in terms of market needs. If customer insights are completely disregarded, this is a refreshing take of performance management. It's acknowledged that creativity involves trial and error and that punishing failure could suppress innovative patterns. This notion of wholehearted commitment can be powerful. It resonates with the idea that passion and conviction can drive projects forward despite obstacles. Certain posit that efficiency will be beneficial for routine tasks can stifle creativity. He argued that creative environments often appear inefficient and chaotic, which is counterintuitive to traditional management principles. The article suggests that hiring misfit individuals who don't easily conform to the company culture can introduce fresh perspectives and drive innovation. Certain advocates for shielding creative teams from direct consumer feedback and internal criticism during the early stage of idea development. Idea of rewarding both success and failure is presented as a means to encourage risk-taking and continuous experimentation. Sutton emphasized the importance of commitment to an idea, even in the face of uncertainty, suggesting that belief in a project can sometimes be a self-fulfilling prophecy. In conclusion, the key takeaways from the article reinforcing the idea that creativity often requires stepping outside of conventional management practices, encourage the audience to consider how they might incorporate some of these weird rules into their own approach to fostering innovation. Thank you so much.
Good day, everyone. Today I'm thinking about the weird ideas of rules of creativity. What if everything we've been taught about productivity and innovation is wrong? What if the key to creativity isn't discipline and focus, but wasting time, hiring misfits, and betting on heretics? Today we're diving into the counter and initiative of the unconventional weird rules of creativity from Harvard Business Review. Our first rule, value the misfits. We often hire for cultural fit, looking for people who think and act like we do. But the document argues that like this is a little that this is a little for innovation. Why? Because a misfit, someone who challenges the status quo, is often the very source of cultural necessary evolution. They see problems and possibilities that are invisible to everyone else. Rule 2 is a tough one for any manager. Encourage wasted time. This is the idea of an unstructured exploration, like Google famous 15% time. The most productive hours can look on the surface like the most wasteful. But in these moments, free from immediate goals and justification, that our minds make unexpected connections and stumble upon breakthroughs. Rule 3, lead with heretics. Some people they don't just listen to the person with the perfect reasoned business case. Instead, bet on the ideas championed by visionary zealots, confident, persuasive individuals who defy conventional wisdom. Their conviction can be a more powerful engine for change than a spreadsheet full of data. The document put it bluntly: a visionary zealot is a better investment. Rule 4. Break productive growth. We think mastery is the ultimate goal, but once someone has completely mastered a role, they risk becoming competent. The solution: reassign them. Move people from roles they have mastered to prevent stagnation and force new thinking. As the document states, mastery leads to stagnation, discomfort. Discomfort is the engine of growth. So, to foster real creativity, we need to rethink our instincts, hire the misfits, protect wasted time, and back the heretic, and disrupt mastery. It might feel weird, but that's the point. Thank you for your time.
Hello all, I am Praksha and I would like to talk about the Robert Sutton case study by Harvard Business Review. A truly creative workplace often feels a bit inefficient or even annoying, and that's a good sign. While harmony and smooth operations are ideal for routine tasks, innovation thrives on constructive friction. If your team is always comfortable and conflict free, it's likely stuck in a rut, recycling old ideas instead of generating new ones. Creativity requires tension, disagreements over ideas, challenges to the authorities, and a certain amount of productive chaos that can feel disruptive to business as usual. This principle extends directly to hiring. The natural instinct is to recruit people who fit in, learn the ropes quickly, and make everyone feel at ease. But if you want creativity, you should sometimes hire the person your gut hesitates about, the one who questions everything, adopts the company culture slowly, or brings a background you don't think you need. Inexperience can be a surprising asset. Someone who doesn't know the quote unquote right way to solve a problem is free to imagine a completely different one. Their ignorance of past failures allows them to attempt what experts might dismiss. In the end, building a creative team isn't about assembling a group of like minded professionals who execute flawlessly. It's about curating a mix of stubborn visionaries, slow learners, and even a few dissenters who collectively push the boundaries of what's possible. The goal isn't comfort, it's constant and constructive contest. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Farhan. This article explains that innovation doesn't come from comfort or routine. It often starts from ideas that seem strange or even wrong at first. Sutton says that great companies allow people to question rules, challenge experts, or explore unusual possibilities. He also points out that disagreement and discomfort aren't bad. They actually help teams think deeper and see problems in new ways. Even small acts of breaking habits, hiring people who think differently, or mixing random ideas can lead to big breakthroughs. In my opinion, true creativity means daring to take risks and not being afraid to fail. Sometimes the weirdest idea in the room becomes the one that changes everything. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Unaid and I will be sharing my thoughts on Robert Sutton's weird ideas that spark innovation. In my view, creativity doesn't grow from comfort, it grows from contradiction and courage. The people who often seem difficult or unconventional are sometimes the true innovators because they dare to challenge everyone else accepts. I believe that real progress begins when we stop trying to be perfect and start experimenting fearlessly. Mistakes and failures are not setbacks, they are signs of learning in motion. What truly matters is passion, the relentless belief in an idea even when logic or tradition says otherwise. To me, innovation isn't about avoiding chaos, it's about managing it and finding inspiration within it. Moving on to the group opinions. Standard management focused on efficiency and predictability often becomes the enemy of creativity. True innovation is messy, uncertain, and filled with trial and error. Exactly what routine management tries to prevent. The people who create change are usually the ones who question the rules. They may be disruptive, but their discomfort drives transformation. A company that avoids conflicts or risks will only produce safe and predictable results. Sutton also argues that being failure tolerant is essential. If failure is punished, people will stop experimenting. Intelligent failure must be seen as valuable learning. He also warns against relying too heavily on customers' feedback. Listening only to current users limits the imagination to what already exists, not what could be. Finally, passion and conviction often outweigh rational analysis. Many great breakthroughs begin with unreasonable belief that something impossible could work. Now we will talk about group understandings. From this study, we have developed several important understandings. First, innovation requires contradiction, what works for efficiency and destroy creativity. Organization must learn to balance control with exploration. Second, leaders should hire from disruption, not just skill. Bring in diverse thinkers who challenge norms, keep ideas fresh and dynamic. Third, it's crucial to protect new ideas in their early stages. Innovation dies when it faces premature criticism or rigid evolution. Fourth, quantity ideas to quality. The more experiments we try, the greater the chances of discovering something extraordinary. Finally, embracing constructive conflict is key. Innovation isn't about harmony, it's about honest debate and intelligent risk taking. True progress happens when teams passionate enough to disgrace but united enough to building. Now, the last part of the conclusion. To conclude, innovation will always leave contradiction. The very system that make organizations stable can also make them blind to new possibilities. Real creativity demands discomfort, courage, and resistance. It means rewarding bold experiments, challenging past success, and giving space for strange, unpredictable ideas to grow. In the end, innovation isn't about order, it's about belief. The people who change the world are not those who play it safe, but those who trust their visions even when it seems impossible. Because every breakthrough begins as a weird idea that someone refused to abandon. Thank you so much for listening to us. If you have any questions, any queries, we are here to answer it. Thank you so much.